Share a beer. already jacking it up. Share a beer show 529. And today is Saturday, November 16th, 2019. And welcome to another Saturday Share a Beer. We are back better than ever, at least as close to better as we can be. I don't know how much better things are, but here we are. We've got Coach with us today from Idaho. We've got Bum with us from Pennsylvania. How you guys doing, man?
Doing good, Joe.
Real good.
Hey,
Thank you,
Coach.
And today I'm giving a warning to everybody, okay? Who knows what can happen today because we are markless. I'm just saying, we are markless. It is scary when Mark is not here, but that's the way it goes, man.
That's a recording from the last show when Mark wasn't here.
Yeah, that's what happens when Mark's
Yeah.
not here. All kinds of just craziness can ensue when Mark's not here. Now he did say that he might make a pop in. It is that time of year when he starts going to the symphony or the opera, something like that. But he has to do the whole pinky out thing. You know, you got to keep her happy. So, you know, and every man that, you know, likes, you know, you get to keep your partner happy. I mean, that's the way that is, you know. So you gotta suck it up and do those things that sometimes you don't really want to do, and that sometimes that includes missing a Share a Beer show, which is really, can you imagine that, Bum?
Truthfully, no.
I know Coach can't. You know this.
Yeah, you're talking to the man who has like a pretty long Cal Ripken streak going.
Yeah. So, you know what? You know, first of all, let's start out with some of the obvious, which is the big news since Thursday night is that football game, man. Since you're actually in Pittsburgh, man, what is the buzz? What is going on? How is everybody feeling in that whole area about that brawl that happened at the end of that Pittsburgh game?
Oh, what did something happen during the game Thursday, Joe?
Yeah. Did something happen with like 8 seconds to go? I mean, I'm not familiar with it. So did people get like ejected and someone get hit over the head with a helmet or something? I don't know. I'm that's what I'm hearing. What's
Joe, 5 hours after it happened, there was all the usual buzzwords: outrage, backlash, fallout, the usual words that you hear every morning on those network morning shows.
Oh yeah. Dude.
Yeah.
But what might be happening? What might be the buzz on local talk radio or anything like that?
How can I put this? Obviously, all home fans are biased towards their home team, but I'm a Steelers fan. But
sure.
I've had a discussion about this with numerous friends of mine. None of the local media, except for one guy who I could count on to point it out, and I'm not defending Mason Rudolph here, but he got clobbered because he tried to rip that dude's helmet off first. He didn't succeed. Yeah, the guy slammed him into the ground for no reason with 8 seconds left. The game was already lost. That was unnecessary, and Rudolph got fired up. But in that scuffle that happened, he did try to rip that guy's helmet off. He didn't succeed, but if you watch the replay, he did try.
Okay,
and
so
he reacted the way he did. Should he have swung it around with full force and make contact with his head? Of course not. The guy overreacted, but he didn't react for no reason.
So you're obviously of the opinion that Rudolph wasn't simply trying to get his hands unstuck from underneath.
No, of course not. He was mad, and he was justifiably mad that he got he got driven into the ground with 8 seconds left with the game unwinnable. I mean, it was unnecessary, and it was his frustrations that came out.
Okay, cool. But it's so. What do you think, Coach? Do you have any opinions on that brawl?
I kind of agree with Bum. I think Myles Garrett obviously took it way too far because he actually made contact with the helmet. I think both sides are at fault, but Myles Garrett definitely didn't act like a professional. And I know they have a code of conduct they signed. So, yeah, I don't know. I think anything that he gets, he brought upon himself, along with Rudolph as well.
Yeah. I have no problem with the suspension that Garrett got. But truthfully, Rudolph maybe should have gotten a game for trying to rip the guy's helmet off.
Right.
So I'm quite the opposite. I really do see the tape as him trying to get his damn hand out of there.
You think?
Yeah, I do, because his hand is stuck in there. Like, if you're getting sacked, man, what's his name's got his whole. He's so big. He's got like a bear hug around him, for Christ's sake, and he's driving him to the ground. I've seen lots of quarterbacks now with this incident happening get sacked, and they may or may not have their hands around a helmet or around some shoulder pads or something. I mean, you don't know what the hell's happening to you when you're getting dragged down to the ground like that. And it just looks like he's just trying to get his damn hand out underneath, because once he does, he doesn't make any more further action with the helmet at all. Once he gets that, it's his left hand. And once he gets that out, you don't see any further action with the helmet. So I kind of buy into it, because you're just getting drugged down to the ground. And if you're stuck, you're like trying to do whatever in the hell you can to get it the hell out. You know what I'm saying? But on the other side of that, man, I've played football. Coach, I assume you played some football. Bum, maybe you played some football. Or you've played some kind of sports, or you've watched it at least for the majority of your life. That is just gross, man. The more they show the replay of it, the more I'm disgusted by it. It is horrible. It's just plain uncalled for. It's just plain assault, and it has no room in our game today. Absolutely not.
Sure.
Right. Well,
we can all agree on that.
Go ahead, Bum. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that we can all agree on. The end result. Uncalled for.
Yeah.
Well, and you have these children in the stands, not to make it about this, but they're wearing these guys' jersey. They are held to a standard. Part of making the pros is not just being in the pros and making the show. It's how you present yourself, how you act, and they got there for the way they have acted previously for the most part. So these young guys see this, and then they're going to go think it's okay to do this. And the other thing we're missing is there was a big lineman they're calling a hero, but he also was kicking the guy in the head.
Oh, Marquise Pouncey, yeah.
Right. He was kicking the guy in the head, which is like, I get it. Emotions get away from us during sports. That's part of the deal. But what really makes a champion versus an athlete is how you harness those emotions.
Yeah, what I really appreciated about Pouncey was immediately after the game, he's being 200 microphones in his face about that. And he was like, you know what, man, I'll take whatever I can, but I'm there to protect my guy. And as a lineman, I was an old lineman in high school, granted. But you know what, man, if you're jumping on my guy like that, I got to admit, I mean, you're going to protect your guy. Taking it to the kicking in the head aspect is what got him 3 games himself.
Yeah. But I will say, if you go back and watch that kick, yeah, he did it, but it almost reminds me of a WWF kick.
Right.
Yeah.
It was almost like his other foot was landing to go boom as he was making the kicking motion with his right foot.
Agreed.
but it's still the kick itself to the head. He
Right.
did mean to harm the guy, and that's the part. Look, if you harm somebody in the act of performing a football act, that's one thing, right? It's a violent game. You could get hurt, right?
Which is what happened earlier in the game
Yeah.
with Juju Smith-Schuster. He got sandwiched, boom on one side and then boom on the other side in between two helmets.
Yeah. I mean,
but it was a football play, though.
Yeah, if it's in a football play, if you're doing your job, I'm doing my job. I get hurt, you get hurt. That's war, right? That's right. Even in war, for Christ's sake, I'm literally killing you. There's honor in there.
Yeah,
there are rules. I mean, I am not supposed to shoot you point blank with an M60, for Christ's sake. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Like there's no need for me to, to go to that sort of extreme level, right? There's at every level of whatever we do that's violent, there's a certain amount of code in there, right? And that was just completely uncalled for, and it's what a lot of NFL players are saying, that hey, this is going to go into next season. This is going to go into next season, just so that it's not like, okay, we stopped it. We gave them 6 games plus the playoffs, and starting next season, it's all fresh and new, and everyone forgets, and he steps on the field, and that's all good.
Well, Joe,
I'm hearing they want to make
they play each other again in 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, he ain't gonna be there, and possibly neither is Pouncey.
Well, here's the question, though. You know how things go with these suspensions. It's going to be an automatic appeal. Will these guys all be on the field 2 weeks from now? You know how the process takes a long time if you appeal a suspension or
yeah. Well, that's just it too. Will he appeal? How far will this go? Yeah, I mean, we have to say. I would imagine, though, that this is going to stick, because there's a certain amount that even the players union is going to be like, yo, I'm a union guy. And there's a lot of times when my union reps will tell me, not me, but I mean, your union reps will step in when you've done something so egregious and be like, what the F, stupid? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Literally, to your face, you'll get the highest guy in the union going, are you effing stupid or what? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, come on. You know what I'm saying? We're going to protect you, but you're going to take something, son. You screwed up bad. I've been there for those type of conversations, man. When some guy has to sit there and swallow not one crow, but the whole batch. I don't know, what do you call them? What do you call a gang of crows? But you know what I'm saying? That sucker's eating and swallowing a whole lot of crow, and it ain't you can see the Adam's apple going, whoa. I mean, it's not, you know what I'm saying? So there's a certain amount that, being a Teamster, for 20 years already, there's a certain amount of stuff that I know how those conversations happen between you and your union rep. And sometimes they're telling you, you know what? Get ready. I hope your finances are straight, because you're gonna be sitting down for a while, man.
Well, I'll tell you what, this game was rare in the sense that rare is the time where you do not see a player's teammates totally backing him up. Well, blah, 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 and he was a victim of this, blah, blah, blah. It was like the rest of the Browns, and the coach was embarrassed by his actions, and they said it in the post-game press conferences.
We have Tom in here saying, "Watch his do the Patriots win. Do Patriots win? Watching his do the Patriots win. Do Patriots win? I don't know. The more I say it, the more confused I get.
Yes.
Even people in the music community are fighting. That's dumb. Am I missing so? I must be missing something. Is there a fight
Yeah.
happening in the? Now I did hear that also to kind of change the tone here a little bit. We need to make sure we have some in our glass because I'm gonna pour real quick. I'm gonna start it out with the beers here.
Something
This is
new.
a beer you have not seen this whole week, son. Syntax. Boom. I mean, this is crazy right now what I'm doing on camera. Revealing a beer like this on here this week. This is crazy. This is revolutionary right here, man. You've never seen nothing like this in your life.
Or at least since the last time you had it.
Did I have it last weekend? I don't remember.
I don't think last week, maybe the week before.
Yeah, okay. So we haven't had this. Well, I think Mark had it, didn't he? Mark might have had it. But in any case, you have not seen this beer all week. Boom! Syntax, baby. No, I think somebody had it because I might have had it. Somebody had it because I remember having that peanut butter imperial stout talk. But it's an 8.1% ABV beer. In case anybody doesn't know, Mother Earth Brewing. We're being completely tongue in cheek here, folks, because I've had this beer 200 or 300 times by now. For Christ's sake, it's an 8.1 session beer for me. By this point, I've built up one hell of a tolerance for this damn beer. But with that in mind, we need to have something in our glass because we need to give a big cheers out to all the people that were affected by it. There was another school shooting I'm hearing in California. I think 5 people might have died in that one, 6 including the gunman, maybe? Did the gunman die? The details are escaping me, but just another school shooting, and that deserves a big salute from me, man. My heart goes out to all those people, man. I have someone that I know personally that lost a grandson in that shooting. So that's I have 2 grandsons, and dear God, that would steal my joy for life, man. I mean, I can be at my most low moment and merely see a photo of those kids smiling, and it's my whole world. Like I can't imagine losing a grandson or a child, or you know what I'm saying? It just, oh my God. I don't know. What do you feel about this sort of thing, Coach? You deal with kids.
It's pretty touchy, in my opinion. Obviously, it's super tragic. I always kind of do something a little different. I always imagine what people are going through when that happens, because that's probably pretty scary. Not knowing what's going to happen, trying to escape, help others. You never know what's going to happen. But they gave us active shooter training from the school district.
Oh my God, that's horrible, man.
Well, when you're taking that, that's when it becomes real, because you're thinking, holy cow, this is a real issue. I believe they need to put a police officer in every school. One police officer, not a resource officer, not a security officer, a full-fledged police officer that's there an hour before school, an hour after, and he walks the campus, and that's his job at every single school. And I understand that costs a lot of money, but so does a lot of other things we're wasting money on. So, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Well, it's not not a bad solution. I mean, you've got a lot of police departments that that are 20-year retirements, and so saying this, having a retired police officer at a school, not such a bad thing. I mean, you get a cat that's still very functional. They they just have 20-year retirements, and so they're able to retire. And maybe that could be something that retired police officers could do. You know, yeah, maybe it's more cost effective that way. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
you're taking someone that's a retired cop, so they have the experience, they have that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully enough compassion to deal with students on a day-to-day basis. And yeah, I can't. What is some of the things you learn in shooter training? Is that what's it called?
I haven't worked for the district for a while, but they had an active shooter training.
Oh my God.
It's just basically, what to do, lock the doors, don't let the kids leave, don't make a sound, try and get in a safe, secure area. Those sorts of things. Just the basic, the things that that come to mind when you're in that kind of situation. Again, I was in Las Vegas about 3 weeks ago, and I was passing the Mandalay Bay, and I can only imagine what those people were going through
Oh
at
yeah.
that shooting. I mean, it's a horrendous crime. It's tragic. It's sad, and my heart goes out to people in that situation because when that's going on, you have to be thinking, is this it, or am I going to live to see another day?
Yeah, that is
Um,
incredible. Oof. Just you saying that is extremely sobering, man. What do you think, Bum?
Yeah, we at my workplace 2 years ago we did an active shooter drill because it is a workplace with a lot of people, and it's like, wow, it's just hard to believe that things have come to this where we have to do a rehearsal for something like this now. It's just
That
incredible what the world has come to. But as far as I agree with Coach and you, Joe, as far as schools go, having a cop or a retired cop in the schools. And obviously, we've heard different theories about what we should do. And one of them that's come up often is arming teachers. And all I can say is, I think back to some of the teachers that I used to have,
yeah.
and I
Yeah.
just can't imagine arming some of those teachers. I just can't imagine.
Well, yeah, okay, you're we don't talk about what we actually do for a living. I do. I mean, I think a lot of people on here know what I do for a living, but we don't necessarily talk about what you guys do for a living. You guys are in schools.
I'm not in school.
You're not in the school. Okay. Well, you've still had training for that sort of thing, and I haven't. I deliver to a lot of schools. My my only reference to this, as far as schools, are like they're like Fort Knox nowadays. At least the ones here, man, they are gated. I mean, there's one way to get in, and there's what I'm saying. They are a lot more secure. They're a pain in the ass to deliver to. I can tell you that. As a guy that has to deliver, I'm a pickup and delivery guy. I'm a freight guy. That's what I do. And having to deliver to a school can be a pain in the ass because it's so restrictive, and it has to be. I mean, you understand the minute I see a particular school or maybe multiple schools on my manifest, I'm like, well, this is gonna suck, but okay, you know what I'm saying? And that's the way it has to be. Unfortunately, I didn't ask for it to be like this, and neither did any of the parents or the students, for that matter, or the teachers or the faculty. It just has to be. I mean, what else are you gonna do? You know. But to flip it here a whole nother way, what are you drinking, Coach?
Well, I have.
I already
I have a
saw
few.
what you're drinking. I recognize that can.
Right. So, what I'm drinking is Ice House, and what I have on the way is some Sam Adams because I asked for Ballast Point and they're out of it. So I just said, well, just grab some Sam Adams. But I'm drinking Ice House, so let the comments begin.
Oh, right on, man. So, you know what, Ice House. You know what, man? Every once in a while, I'll have a Miller Lite. You know what I'm saying? Well, not even every once in a while. If you look at my Untapped, you can tell how many times I've had Miller Lite. If I go to the bar Miller Lite is typically on sale around these parts, man. And guess what? Dollar bills rule, right? So if something's on sale and I can get a 22-ounce pour for, I don't know, 5 cents, guess what's happening? You know,
Oh
a
yeah.
whole bunch of Miller Lite. Tom says would have liked to jump in again, but I'm in Worcester for my birthday. Oh, maybe next time. Oh, hey, tomorrow's my uncle's birthday, man. My mom's youngest brother.
Happy birthday, Tom.
Yeah. Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
happy
Tom.
birthday. I wonder how old he is, so we can give him some virtual spankings, man. Hey, we got to lift our glass to Tom, man. Happy birthday to him. Absolutely. Happy birthday to you, brother. And what might you be having there, Bum?
Okay, well, in one of the stupider beer purchases this year on my part,
Stupider, huh?
not so much from an aspect of what I bought, but how much I paid for it.
Oh boy. Oh,
Because you're certainly not going to have any gripes with what I bought.
yes. Yeah,
Look what
probably.
we have here.
I see YE, and that usually means something good.
Mexican
Ooh,
chocolate
Mexican
Yeti.
chocolate.
Oh, look at you! And they got the Mexican blanket for the background there. I like it.
Beautiful
I
can.
like it. I
That's
like
part
it.
of the reason why these people know what they're doing. They know what they're doing with the packaging. They see suckers like me coming.
Yeah. Well, please.
Guilty.
Yeah, exactly.
Guilty.
Thank you, Coach, because I am guilty as well. You guys know that. All Budweiser, if I go on my way to buy said Yeti, if Budweiser changes the logo, I am going, I gotta have it. I mean, that is me. I am that idiot. Yeah. If you ever wonder who's the idiot that buys this stuff just because they changed the can, oh, I'm over here.
Okay.
This guy right here. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you do that, Joe, you're still only paying no more than $2, right?
For that beer, but for the other ones,
Yeah. My God, this is so good. When I saw it, I think it was somebody on Untapped. It might have even been Mark. I'm not sure. Somebody said on Untapped that they said that this is a totally superior version of Chocovesa, which, that's, to me, sets the standard. Anything that's better than Chocovesa, which I did have last year from that Odd Side, that Imperial Mayan, which I loved. I was like, well, I have to try this. I hadn't seen it elsewhere. So this was a 19.2 ounce can, if I'm not mistaken. My God, I am ashamed to admit that I paid $12 for that can.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And how big?
19 ounces.
Wow.
Yeah. I had the choice between that and the Yeti S'mores, which I was almost tempted to buy one of those too, but I was like, no way, one or the other. And I went for the Mexican chocolate Yeti.
You haven't logged this one yet, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm only
in 2 months.
I'm only showing Mark as logging this one.
That might be Mark's comment that I read that said he's click on his check-in, Joe. Maybe he's the one that said this is much better than Chocovesa. So
let me share the screen here, and we'll because this is one that I'm going to be looking for now. Yeah, this is one I am definitely interested in. 5,400 ratings on here, 1,575 in the last 30 days. Popular beer for this time of year, that is for sure. It's by Great Divide Brewing Company. In case anybody doesn't know who Yeti is made by, this is another variant of Yeti. It's an American Imperial or double stout, 9.5%, 55 IBUs. And Bum, look at you, 4.17 bottle cap rating.
All right.
That is big for Bum, representing strong. I mean, you're crushing all of us today, actually. Another variation on the classic Yeti Imperial Stout, we added a variety of spices, vanilla, and coffee to invoke the flavors of a Mexican hot chocolate, traditionally called, what is that? Champaro? Champaro? Spiced chocolate drinks have been part of Aztec and Mayan cuisine and culture for centuries, but they have yet to be paired up with a Yeti. Oh, yeah, baby. They have yet to be paired with a Yeti. This picture right here is pretty much nothing. Here's what someone's looks like. Someone's actually having this at a Great Divide, at least a Great Divide tap house. That looks like another proper Yeti served out of man, look at these people. They're really pissing me off. All these people having Yeti the way it's supposed to be. Oh, if you could have a Mexican chocolate Yeti on tap, that'd be the only thing better, wouldn't it?
Well, actually, my Saturday place, Joe, does have it.
Really? Are you serious?
Yeah. And I didn't realize that until after I purchased this can.
And you were already committed, huh?
Yeah. Where wow. I can get myself 12 ounces for, I believe, $7.
Oh. You would have actually saved some serious cash.
Yeah, yeah.
You could have got a growler, for Christ's sake, probably for the same money.
I'm gonna write them a letter on your behalf, Bum.
Nah, that's all right, Coach. You learn from your mistakes.
I don't, though. I never have.
Hey, we have. Oh, check this out. I'm gonna catch up with the comments here. We've got Tom that said that we covered that. Oh, look at Coach has Samuel Adams, man. What do you got?
Yeah, now we got the winter loggers. Sorry.
Oh, okay, the winter lager. So, what do you think of it this year? Have you just cracked it open? I see, but
festive Bock with spices.
Yeah, it should be pretty spicy too. It has like.
It is more than normal. Usually, it's like Sam Adams Boston Lager on steroids, but it's been a while. It's not bad. So,
hey, we have the Modstrabator in here, man.
Yeah, that's not always good. Behave yourself, Modstrabator. I've seen some of these comments in other people's videos.
Okay,
that's good.
He's moderating the comments, man.
Yes, so he says that in everyone's videos.
Good, because I'm moderating.
Cheers, guys. He's 31. November 17th. I'm drinking a Aspal Crew cider. Now, we got to look this up because Tom tends to have these things that are 4 and above. So we got to look this up. Here's Premier. I'm showing an Aspal Premier Crew cider. It's probably it. He's having something kind of average here. Let's see. We've got let me hide this here. So we got 5,700 ratings on here, 63 in the last 30. Considered a dry cider, 6.8% ABV, no IBUs. Yeah, I don't think cider has any hops in it, doesn't it? I mean, that would be defeating the purpose, wouldn't it? 3.65 bottle cap rating. Premier Crew has a mild straw gold color with a pale, subtle, and crisp taste and a fresh aroma of dessert apples. Premier Crew was winner of the World's Best Cider Award for 2 consecutive years. Interesting. He no friend activity there. Yep. No friend activity right there. So, yeah, that's cool. So Tom is 31 and tomorrow actually, which is my uncle's
4 more hours.
Yeah, my uncle's birthday is tomorrow. So, we are, I am hoping for a big Rams win. for my uncle. So I will hope for the same thing tomorrow night for Tom as well. A big Rams win. Salute. I don't know if do the Patriots play tomorrow? Are they on a bye week?
I don't know.
Let me see here. Let me see. Patriots. Oh no, they play the Eagles. They are playing the Eagles. Eagles. Yeah, they're playing the Eagles. They are playing the Eagles on the road in Philly. So
The Cardinals have a tough task. They have San Francisco, and they're looking pretty good this year.
yeah, you know what? But those are tough games, man. In division, very, very tough games. Let me get to a few comments here before we got to get to Billy D. Tom says that Yeti can is amazing. And then we've got Backwoods Billy in here saying, I personally think anyone who pays $5 to $10 for a single draft or of craft beer, which you can purchase a 6-pack for $9, Applebee's $1 vodka lemonade, and cranberry.
Once a year. What can I say? Once per year.
At Thomas Metal 75, Baltimore Ravens destroyed New England Cheeriots.
Cheatriots.
Cheatriots, yeah. Also, Ravens are number 1 in the AFC.
He's got a point. They did kill the Patriots.
Yeah, they did. They damn sure did. What would wait, let me get to Tom's comment because that's think your message is for Thomas, Billy. I am a Titans fan. Oh, wrong Tom.
Yeah, we have the wrong Tom.
Yeah, the wrong Tom. Okay, we had the wrong Tom. We had the wrong Tom. That sounds like an Asian dish, right? Like, hey, I want wrong Tom. Right? I want wrong Tom.
Fried wrong Toms.
I want fried wrong Toms. But what kind of sauce do you put on fried wrong Toms? What kind of sauce would you what kind of sauce would Billy D put on a fried wong tom?
You don't want to know what kind of sauce Billy D.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there he is. Billy D back in better than ever. There he is, folks.
Billy's got the special Asian miso honey sauce.
Nice.
Does Billy D eat fried wontons?
He's almost agreeing too. He's like, yeah.
Billy D does eat Asian. That's all I'll say.
Yes! Yes, Billy D. That's a great line. Actually, we are editing show title as we speak. Billy D eats Asian.
Billy D does eat Asian.
Yes. Billy D.
Yeah, Billy D does not discriminate.
Yes.
I love him. I just love him.
That is awesome, man. So what does Billy D have for us today, man? That is awesome. Oh, this is great.
Well, you know what? We didn't plan on including this, but we can since we were talking about the Thursday night game before. The chairman, as always, is on top of things, Joe. If you want to go to Steel Worldwide's channel.
Of course, yes.
The chairman was watching Thursday Night Football.
Oh, so he has comments on this.
This is a quick video. He does his little quickie videos while he's drinking a Mickey's grenade. Unfortunately, Joe, this is, I believe, the 4th week in a row that I can't copy and paste.
The number 1 channel or
yeah. If you punch up his videos, I believe it's celebrating Mason Rudolph.
Oh yeah, here we go. All right. Oh, of course he went this way. Yeah. Of course he went this way. Yep. Okay.
And there's nothing specific if you just want to watch it for a few minutes.
Oh, this is a standing video, so he is standing.
Yeah.
He's practicing the Joe D rules here of standing sometimes.
Yeah, his back must be hurting him too.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's, might have a slight back injury, so sometimes he stands and sometimes he sits now. Yeah. You know what? I have found that malt liquor just does whatever craft beer does, right?
The flag is whoa. Mason Rudolph, get out of there. What in the world? The lead Myles Garrett? Is he wearing a helmet? Yeah, there'll be some ejections coming out of this. There may be suspensions. That's right, suspensions.
Looking at Mickey's big mouth, he's sucking it slowly.
That was well after the play.
Yeah, he's
Here it is.
He's sucking it slowly.
Well, he tackled Rudolph. Rudolph didn't like the way that he was tackled. Oh, gosh. Man. Oh, my goodness.
Wow, we have not seen a comment yet from the chairman.
And then eventually swings it and hits him.
He's about halfway down now, and he continues to have label out.
Hits Rudolph from behind.
Now, if you recall, he did a video earlier this year celebrating Ben Roethlisberger's season-ending injury.
Okay, here we go.
Mason Rudolph deserved that cheap shot. Double the cheap shot. Shout out to Myles Garrett, the new dirtiest player in the NFL. Motherfucker, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay, that's okay. He's consistent. We will give him that. He is very consistent.
Yeah.
And the more, you know what, Bum, you know what I think the real reason is for drinking just a 12-ounce Mickey's Big Mouth? I think he drank this instead of the 40 because look at the ratio of it is
the eye hole, yeah.
The head is really starting to swell, and I think it's just adding to the pressure. If we were to measure back to front head, that it's just really getting out of control here.
Joe, I love how you're using your cursor to point out the.
Yeah, I am the Madden here. I wish I had a Madden sort of.
Yeah, you need the malt liquor telestrator.
Yeah, because look, you've got like boom and boom. We need to start measuring this thing, man, because look at how slanted this thing is. Just going to be a little slit here before we know it. So he's got to really take control and monitor. Take it easy on the malt liquor here because it's making the head swell. I think it's having the same effect as steroids on the head, right? Like,
yeah, very, very possible. I think maybe you think maybe the chairman is suffering from roid rage.
I think
as might possibly be Myles Garrett.
Yeah, malt rage. I think
malt rage. That's it.
Yeah, malt rage. I think that explains it. Actually, yeah, that's a woo. I don't want to ever get that, man. That is serious.
But I like that. I think we need that malt liquor telestrator from now on. You've had a hidden weapon all along, Joan. You didn't notice it.
Yeah. I mean, that is, woof, man. That is just, I don't know. So what else you got for us, Bum?
No, while we're still with the chairman, we have this left over from last week. We were going to cover this last week. Then we had our friends from England pop in. So I said, yeah, we'll just wait till this week. We're going to go back to the 2nd of this month. It's called Chug a 40 Ounce TV Dinner from November 2nd.
Oh.
Chug a 40 Ounce TV Dinner.
Oh, here we go. Yep.
Okay. So go to about 5:20.
All right. We've got the numbers back on here. I like that. And look at, he's got a holiday vest on here. Yep. He's got the Christmas sweater.
Yep.
Look at that. He's in the spirit. Matching the flag, of course, and the Make It America. Yeah. So
can't forget those craft beer cunts.
Oh,
on the Joe D Share Beer Show via StreamYard. Woohoo 3.0. Up yours, Joe D.
Okay. Thank you.
The only reason anybody tunes into the fucking Share Beer Show is to see the Bolt Liquor Report. Fuck you too, Mark.
Mark's not even here.
Look at his gay little sweater.
Fuck you too, Mark. Bolt Liquor Report. Fuck you too, Mark. Bolt Liquor Report. Fuck you too, Mark. The only reason anybody tunes into the fucking Share Beer Show is to see the Bolt Liquor Report. Fuck you too, Mark.
Now, Bum, if you notice, look at, see, now he consumed this 40, and I'm sure a few more 40s. And if we fast forward to the video we just saw previously, this eye hole was not this wide open here. So that is the reason why he had to go to the smaller big mouth, because otherwise the head couldn't take the swelling. The ski mask couldn't take the swelling that the head would endure. and therefore he wouldn't even be able to see out of said ski mask.
I think you're onto something, Joe.
I think we are. I really do think we are. What do you say, Coach? What say you?
You're like a regular CSI kind of guy. I love it. Just figuring this shit out, man. Detective Joe.
Bum, we are figuring this out. Now, we've already seen that there is serious concern about health risk to too much consuming of the malt. I think this is something that, yeah, we are going to be on top of for sure.
I don't like his sweater. I want to punch him in the face.
Yeah, do you want to punch him in the face? Like, what part of the face would you? Don't punch this part, because this is really getting swollen between here and here. Maybe a punch on the chin, because look how round this part is still. This could afford some swelling. So if you hit here, don't hit here, because that's a no bueno. Right here would be okay.
And just so you know, the MLDC, the way they hit is like this. See, we don't hit like that. I'll hit them with the freaking nuts. We don't hit like this. Okay.
So is it like this? Is it like this, or is it just like that?
It's a combination of those two.
And is there a sound effect that happens with it?
Yeah, it's called Vega.
Like how, coach? Like how?
Look for a video next week.
Like how?
One more time. You guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah, one more time.
Vega.
That is great. Of course.
Oh my god.
Shout out to you, sir.
Oh my god.
What does Billy D think about that, man?
Billy D says just stay tuned till next week. I'm sure something's gonna be some kind of reply. There is a little bit more hate for Mark if you keep that video playing, Joe, from the
Okay. So we got man, we love hate for Mark.
yeah,
on here.
little bit more. Got to listen to the music. And
Okay, that's a solid thumbs up right there. That's okay. Look at that. He's pulling on that Colt 45 pretty good. I'll give him that. All right. That was a solid hit. Okay.
Mark needs to take all his tube socks, tie them together, make them into a fucking noose, and then fucking hang himself from his fucking cat tower. Fuck you, cunts. Himself needs to take all his tube socks, tie them together, make them into a fucking noose, and then fucking hang himself from his fucking cat tower. Fuck you, cunts.
Joe, I think you have a homework assignment this week. Track that audio and have it ready for Mark when he comes back next week.
Yeah, because this is all we've got.
Do us all fucking favor, Mark. Just fucking end it.
But the one we've got on here.
And then fucking hang himself from his fucking cat tower. Fuck you, cunts.
Yeah, this one's much better. This one is definitely better. Yeah. Yeah, that is good, Coach. Thank you for that one. That is definitely worth a homework assignment. Absolutely.
And I got the guy on the.
And what else do you have for us, Coach? Mark, bum. I'm sorry.
I got a lot for you if you want to hear it. I mean, how much time do you have?
Well, we do have one more news story tonight. If you recall last week, remember we were talking about the guy Dustin G, who was causing trouble and poured out the 42 ounce.
Yeah.
Shady Malt Shadows tried to set him straight. Well, I'll tell you what, seemed like the guy was on the straight and narrow for the earlier part of this week. Then he just went totally nuts. Just made numerous videos, basically said, F you fear, F you everybody, F you chairman, F you Falstaff. So needless to say, Dustin G has been sent to malt liquor hell by numerous people.
Well, he had it coming.
Yeah. So let me just give you a guide to where to go here, Joe. Remember last week, Shady Malt Shadows cussed us out and said, Dustin G, if you want to drink craft, go with those cunts on the Share a Beer show. Let's go back to Shady Malt Shadows channel this week, if you can punch him up.
Yep.
The video, it may not be his newest video or close to it. Shut it down and start over, Dustin G.
Oh, yeah, here it is.
Got it? Go to 540. Quite a surprise from Shady Malt Shadows.
Must drink Steel Reserve. Oh, shit. I didn't even think of that. Shout outs to Joe D and his panel. They usually get a shout out for being nice to me, actually knowing what the fuck was going on. They usually don't get it wrong. But I just don't like watching your shit. Multiple report. That's when a few people, Jay Vega, Havana, a few other fucking people, jump in and that's all they watch of your shit. The rest of it is just fucking ghosts that don't comment.
Hey, that's respectable.
Just don't like watching your shit. They shout out for being nice to me. I didn't even think of that.
What's he smoking there, Bum?
I couldn't tell you. I didn't send it to the lab. I don't know.
Marijuana. He's smoking
Yeah.
marijuana.
Actually knowing what the fuck was going on. They usually don't get it wrong. But I just don't like watching your shit. The Multiple Report. That's when a few people, Jay Vega, Havana, a few other fucking people, jump in and that's all they watch of your shit. And the rest of it is just fucking ghosts that don't comment.
Yeah. And that's why we have so many damn segments, because I really don't care. That's the whole point. Tell them, Coach.
This is going to be the Malt Liquor Report featuring Joe D show.
Exactly, yeah. I don't care why they tune in, as long as they tune in, right? The fact is they tune in, right, Billy D?
That's right. And shout out to Shady for being nice, saying we're
Yeah.
being nice to him.
You know what? Absolutely. We'll lift a glass to Shady Malt Shadows, because he was being nice with us. And we
I
will.
also do have to say, Shady Malt Shadows is a charter member of Malt Mustangs Malt Liquor South Paw Club.
Oh, okay. Right
Yeah.
on.
One of the
I'll
Malt Liquor
follow his channel. What's his channel?
Shady Malt Shadows, all one word. Shady Malt Shadows.
Shady Malt Shadows. I'll follow.
Here's
him.
another look at him there, in case anybody wants to join in there.
Yeah.
There.
It's actually rare, Coach, that he wears a mask. He usually doesn't.
Oh, okay.
He'll
There's
occasionally
the
wear
channel
one.
right there. That's
So-
his channel.
So we have concluded for our final part here. We've concluded that Dustin G has been sent to Malt Liquor Hell, and usually we just assume that's figurative, and Malt Liquor Hell is this like mythical place that really doesn't exist.
Oh,
Well,
does it exist? It doesn't.
It
What
does
is this?
exist, Joe. Malt Liquor Hell does exist. Just go to YouTube and type in Malt Liquor Hell.
Okay, that's a challenge, right? I mean, it's right here. Let's see.
I think this is going to be like the new Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Baseball Hall of Fame. We do
Yeah.
have a YouTube channel now called Malt Liquor Hell.
There is a Malt Liquor Hell. Look it, and there's 5 subscribers, and there's 3 videos in Malt Liquor Hell.
Mhm.
There it is. Dustin G is the video that is
Yeah.
right there.
We also have Panther 40 ounce there. Yeah, there's Dustin G.
Yeah, that is Malt Liquor Hell.
Whoever made the Malt Liquor Hell video or channel,
Yeah.
or the fucking man.
He's not even worth watching. Not worth wasting your time for.
Okay, yeah, we don't want to wait.
Yeah, but I will say, if you look at that logo on the Malt Liquor Hell channel, Joe, I don't know if
Yeah.
you caught it.
It's Arby's, yeah.
Yeah, but take a closer look.
It's Arby's. Yeah, he says.
It is Arby's.
It's Arby's when they had the deer sandwich. Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. Whoever created this channel, they're like a morbid genius, because the Arby's deer meat sandwich was the final fast food sandwich ever reviewed by Tiny Tim Rousheder before he died.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, and that's why that logo exists for the Malt Liquor Hell channel.
Oh
Arby's
my
with the
god,
deer antlers.
that's horrific. Oh my god, that's terrible.
That's great.
It's horrible, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, sir.
Consider yourself on the list.
You fat piece of shit.
Yeah,
So-
that's
So that's it. I'm sorry Mark missed that this week, but
Bummer Fred, whatever your freaking name is, bum.
thank you, Hulk.
yeah.
So
Well,
that's it for this week.
Thank you, Billy D. We appreciate it, man. Another great Malt Liquor Report, as usual. Billy D bringing it in strong. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank
Well
you, Bum.
done.
Thank you, Billy D.
Well done.
Thank
This
you.
is Share a Beer Show 529. What are you drinking now, Coach? You're still drinking the winter ale there? The winter
Yeah, just the winter lager. Just I've never heard it described like this, unless I'm forgetting. But I got a 6-pack. It's Festive Bock with spices. You guys have had it before,
Yeah.
guaranteed. But
Yeah.
it's just this year's version.
And Coach, did you want to elaborate at all on your title there, or are you just going to let it be?
Which title?
His screen title there. No.
What?
Bum, I'm sorry. Did you want to elaborate on that, or
Oh, me?
no? Yeah. Shout
yeah.
out or anything, or
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It says happy birthday, Becky. And that means I want to shout out a 1 day late happy birthday message to Becky. Yeah. There you go.
yeah, absolutely. So I thought I'd give you an opportunity to do that. And yeah,
I won't say how old she is.
yeah, no, we don't want to. Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
want to. Yeah, we don't want to go against any. Now, what I will do though is I've got another beer to reveal for the first time on here this month.
Drum roll.
I've had it on here before. Yeah, I actually do have a drum roll. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. Where's my drum roll? So, first time on here this month from Cooperstown, New York, Ommegang Brewery, 3 Philosophers, Wine Barrel, 3 Philosophers. There you go, man. Boom! Right there.
Joe, honestly, I thought it was going to be a syntax again.
And actually, no, because it would have been the second time this week.
Oh, okay.
And this is the first time this month. You see, that's what makes this different. This has a date on here of 28th of May, 2021. So can you imagine me having a beer on here that's still fresh? This is incredible. Now, Bum, unlike yourself, I didn't pay as much for this beer as you did. This is a full pint. This is a full 16 ounce. As you can see, the price tag is still on there. $5.19, in case you can't read it, for this one can of beer.
Yeah, that's what a non-idiot usually pays for a beer.
I've
How
got
many ounces?
16, one full pint, one full American pint, because we know that saying a pint of beer isn't necessarily the same thing across all our countries. We have learned that here on Share a Beer. So, in another drum roll. Ah, look at that. No smoke whatsoever. It's tough to get smoke out of a can. Now, we won't pour the whole thing because this is a smaller glass for this whole thing here, but
that is the official Share a Beer glass, right?
That is official Share a Beer glassware. That's the same glass Bum has right there. It is official Share a Beer glassware. Officially authorized. Share a Beer glass. Because we have seen other people on here trying to have said glassware, and that's not authorized, actually. We had to issue takedown notices for that glassware. That was not authorized. But this is I will pull it up on Untappd just in case anybody else wants to try to find this beer or something. What is this? This is the Wine Barrel 3 Philosophers. Yep, there it is. Wine Barrel Aged 3 Philosophers. And I will share the screen here. Boop, boop, boop. There it is. 2,976 ratings total. 334 in the last 30 days from Ommegang Brewery. It's a Belgium quadruple, folks. Yeah. And I'm still falling under Bum's rating here, but I'm there, baby. 9.3% ABV, no IBUs rated, and a 4.02 bottle cap rating. Aromas of roasted malt, dark fruit, molasses, and oak accompany flavors of figs, currants, and chocolate. And here's a better look at the beer. Here's a flight of beers. I don't know if you can pick out which one it is, but better look at the label, that's for sure. Better look at the label and the beer, assuming both of those are that beer. I would assume this one is that Three Philosophers. Hard to tell here, isn't it? I would think this one that says WB 3PH would mean Three Philosophers. So it's probably this one. And actually, that's nice to do. They, whenever you have a flight at a brewery, it's nice to order a glass of water in between each beverage.
Yeah.
Have a sip of water to kind of balance things out there, balance your palate. Good idea. And that's a really good look at the beer and the label. That actually looks really close to official Share a Beer glassware right there, actually. Nice job. So we will get with the tasting here, if you will. So, ooh, yeah, I'm getting lots of grape, actually. Interesting. Some sweetness as well, which I would assume would be the fruit mixed with, the grape mixed with the malt in there. Oh my God, this beer is incredibly smooth, man. Oh my God.
I missed the ABV. What was the ABV, Joe? I apologize.
9.3.
Oh yeah.
We are an hour and 6 minutes into the show, so this beer has been out. It's room temperature, getting everything that it has to offer right now. And you can definitely get that wine barrel. You're definitely getting the grapes. You're definitely getting that real fruitiness. To me, it's a lighter kind of fruitiness for a quad. You know what I'm saying? It's actually
Coach from Auburn.
Now Coach had a different variety happening there.
Hi baby, how are you?
What kind of variety was that, Coach? That was... Oh, look! Yeah, what do we got happening here? We got like different stuff happening here.
It's craziness is what's going on here. Let me mute this. Sorry.
No, you're okay,
You're
man.
fine, Coach.
Yeah, what do we got here? We've got
we've got a Laney.
Yes.
Oh,
hi.
The girlfriend.
Hey, the girlfriend. I like it.
A hungover
All right.
sister-in-law.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. And the sleeping sister-in-law. Nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, so you've got like the four dwarfs there, right? So Coach and his four dwarfs.
Oh yeah.
You could almost be. Was it Cinderella in the seven dwarfs, or who was it? Sleeping Beauty.
It's pretty close to that. We'll call it that.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
It actually, you know what? She lying there in bed is really similar to the thumbnail that we have for this show. If you noticed, I don't know if you noticed the thumbnail for the show, but the thumbnail for the show was a sloth that was saying, "Hey, I totally got out of bed today." You know,
Right.
not hate to brag, but I totally got out of bed today. You know what I'm saying? Like I made it, man. You know, I mean, not bragging, but I did. I made it. I got out of bed. So we've got some comments also in here. We just showed that one from Tom. We had the wrong Tom, but it's okay. I'm sure he forgives us. At Thomas Metal 75. Look at my post before this one. And then we've got of course, Havana in here. Howdy, Joe. Wow.
That's the friendliest comment from Havana ever. You know something
Wow.
bad's coming.
Wow. What is this? Is he all right? Yeah.
Just wait. You know something bad's coming.
Cru is a rating for French wineries, Premier Cru, etc. Means the winery produces consistent, top-notch wines. And we have the Monster Baiter. Call me, baby. He didn't say
What's
baby.
your number? What's your
But
number?
Yeah. But that should say baby after call me.
Yeah.
It should
Give it
say
to old coach. Coach will call you. I'll recruit
Yeah.
you. Come to our side, buddy.
Exactly. So with this, we lead right into the music portion of this show. So what do you have any sort of music conversation for us there, Bum or Coach?
Coach?
I don't. I mean, I have. I'll have to look them up, but I have some old Bose speakers I got from my father. And I had a friend of mine's dad come over and look at them, and he said, "Man, these are pretty good Bose." Or like, I'll have to look up the name of them. Joe would know about them. They're older, but they sound really, really good. So I'll look at the model number and serial number, all that, and then we could talk about it. But that's about all I got. So
Cool. And then, do you have anything, Bum?
Well, remember a couple weeks ago, Joe, remember the Keb Mo album that I accidentally purchased on vinyl?
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I'm happy to report that I placed another Amazon order, which is coming tomorrow night, and my CD version will be included in that. And
Nice.
Amazingly enough, today I was like, wait a minute. I did it in a rush. Let me go back and make sure I didn't accidentally order another vinyl. And yeah, to my happiness, I ordered a CD version this time.
Well, hey, you know what? It is nice to have multiple versions of certain sort of albums, right? I mean,
Yeah.
You just tend to get different stuff out of them. I find myself even going back and forth between digital content. I will let's say put in a my list sort of cache or whatever that cache may be or that list may be in whatever platform that is, whether it be Apple Music or Tidal or whatever, Amazon Music, whatever it is. I will put the same album in there and listen to it thoroughly. Meaning probably 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times in each platform, just to make sure I get a sense of what that sounds like, and then switch to the next platform and listen to it. And it just sounds so different. It's incredible. I personally like, with my equipment, with my surroundings, I happen to like the way Amazon Music is doing things right now. Amazon HD. Is anybody else giving Amazon Music or Amazon HD Music a listen and seeing what they
Well, you know, when I ordered the CD version of this Keb Mo album, I got a free, a digital rip of it to download to my computer, which I haven't done yet. And it's like, no hurry, because I'm getting the CD.
Right.
I'll do it eventually, but I don't have great computer speakers. So,
okay.
There's so many variables here. It's so hard.
Sure.
Well, if I could chime in, I appreciate music, but without giving away too much, I've never appreciated records until I heard some music through my good buddy Joe there that really brought it to life, and I appreciate having good systems and those sorts of things. Unfortunately, I'm not savvy in that he is, but I mean, I can appreciate vinyl 1,000 times more because I've heard it from a different level, and it's almost like a mind-blowing level where it just sounds amazingly clear and perfect and balanced, and it's a true art. So I appreciate that, Joe.
Absolutely, man. It you know, and you can get really good sound out of just your phone, believe it or not. You can buy some decent headphones. You can buy an external DAC, you know, that don't cost. Now, granted, $150 is probably some serious cash for some people. Absolutely. Um, but I'm sure you can save up and get an external DAC. For your headphones, for your phone, and really start appreciating what you've already got with you. Most people have a phone that will play some digital content, uh, be it Spotify or Apple Music or Tidal or whatever you're using, Amazon Music, whatever it may be. You can plug in an external DAC to your phone, plug in your speakers to that, and just start enjoying some really good hi-fi that
Yeah.
way. You really can.
But you also have to remember, no matter what your source of playing it or your speakers or whatever, it all comes down to your source material where it
Yes.
originates from. And
Yes.
that there's so many variables with that too.
Yes, you're right.
It all
Absolutely.
depends on where that stuff is sourced from. It could be your stuff could be a 10th generation compact disc to tape to vinyl to compact disc copy, and that's where this service is getting that music from. So it's going to sound like crap to begin with, no matter what your speakers sound like.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it can. Um, I'm trying to run a search on external DACs just to give you an idea of what some of these things can look like, how much they can cost. I'm not finding the one on here that I really was hoping to find. I think there's one called Firefly, if I'm not mistaken. Um, it's pretty popular, pretty small, and that's why it's so popular. Um, boy, let me trying to pull these up here. It's giving me a hard time. It's pulling up some of these other ones that are incredibly expensive. Ah, here we go. Yeah, Dragonfly. I'm sorry. Um, there's different versions of Dragonfly. Boy, I am just getting all kinds of junk on here. But there's different versions of Dragonfly. This one is the blue one, the Cobalt. Um, just look them up. There's others that are cheaper. This one's $300. But this one's a USB DAC, and you can see you have the standard earphone jack on the back, the 3.5 millimeter, and then it plugs into the USB. So this one could be used like on your laptop, whatever USB drive you may have, right? It can plug into there. The Dragonfly lights up different colors, letting you know what kind of sampling you are getting, which is key, right? That kind of lets you know, whatever the color may be, lets you know the resolution of the audio that you're getting. And that's kind of the key to some of these things. You can see here you have SoundKey, you have Cyrus. These are also very nice ones. Very small, can fit in your pocket sort of deal, and you can plug them in and then plug in your headphones into the other side and get really good audio. This one, I think the red one you can find cheaper than 188, but this is the more common one right here, the red one. And you can see that Dragonfly is meant to illuminate different colors. And if you're interested, it'll support 2496. The blue one, as you can see, will support 2496. It does other stuff as well, but the red one is the one most people, a lot of people will start out with. And then you have these cord ones. These are a little more pricey. They do a little more thing, a few more things, but this one ain't portable at all. But it just gives you an idea of an external DAC. These are no bigger than a thumb drive. And that's why the Dragonflies are so popular, and so are these Sound Keys and Cyrus. These are no bigger than a thumb drive, and man, you can get some really good sound out of them. And it's kind of like Coach said, a lot of people can't afford all this extra equipment in their home or in their apartment or wherever you may live. Or you just flat don't have the space for it. I mean, that's understandable as well. I've got tons of equipment around this darn place. And now I've got since Coach was the last time here, I've got a whole nother room that I also have for just a dedicated 2-channel listening area. It's a lot of fun. The hobby is, and it's fun to actually listen to those same playlists that I have saved in all these different platforms, and then bring them into the other listening area that I have, and listen in there, because that room is a little more sound deadening. It's literally just a 2-channel room. I only have 2 speakers in there, and it's I just love it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of fun.
Well, Joe, you're awesome because when you dedicate yourself to anything, craft beer, photography, I mean, you.
Oh, this is good.
You do it well, and you are successful at it. You know what I mean? So I can only imagine your work ethic's probably amazing. I've never worked with you, but I'm sure that just seeing you with how you do things, you're a pretty good work. You're a good employee. You're just a good dude all the way around. Like, I just see what you dedicate your life to, and it's just pretty cool to watch. So I appreciate that because it motivates me. It motivates me to do
That's
better.
the way to put it, Coach. Dedicated.
Right, dedicated. It makes me want to do better. So,
well, thanks, Coach. I appreciate it. Thank you, Bum. You know what, man? We all are, I think, are pretty decent at what we do. We've gotten to a certain point in our lives, and whatever you do, you take pride in. I mean, that's the main thing, right? You just take pride in what you do, whatever it is you do, take pride in it. You know what I'm saying? And just do it to the best you can. Make the most of that opportunity, and that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
Well, and you work hard and you play even harder. So that's also awesome because that's my whole thing is, you work hard, you play harder. So,
yep, that's what's up. You just, for those that don't know, I work typically 60 hours in 5 days. And when I'm not doing that, I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? So that for a lot of people, that's just like, what are you effing doing, man? That's too much work. Like, this is what I do, man. This is my life. Like, what do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what say you, Bum? You're a hard worker, man. You work a lot, man.
Yeah, I'm in a little mini marathon stretch. I think today is day 3 of what's going to be, I think, 19 straight. And I know, Joe, you said that's nothing to you, but for me, it's a long time.
That's
no, it is. It absolutely is, man. You know what? And I like being surrounded by like-minded people, right? When you're surrounded by like-minded people, you tend to have a certain amount of success, right? Or whatever you do, you surround yourself with other people that are achieving the same sort of things you want to achieve. You can do okay at it, right? Or you're on your way to a certain level yourself. You hope. So,
well, I'll tell you what. The most amount of days I've worked consecutively was well into the 20s. And at that point, I was more proud of the days I worked than the actual income I was making, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Going back to my late 20s, which was maybe about 1 or 2 years ago.
Same for me.
Yeah, between my regular job and my weekend job that I had, I would have to go back. Amazingly, I actually could document this. You've heard me talk about my date books, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm sure I had a 6 or 7 month stretch without a day off at one point. But back then, when you're in your 20s, you can do that.
Yeah.
Which, once again, I'll remind you, was 1 or 2 years ago.
Oh, I can tell. Yeah, no, I think we're all probably right around 32-ish. All of us, all three of us, probably.
Yeah.
around there.
Well,
Yeah, this
speaking
is
of-
just powdered donut sugar in my beard here.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
no, it's such a
Exactly.
gray.
Yeah, I just had a Bavarian donut from Dunkin', right? Before the show started. So, yeah, that's what that is right there. That's just powdered sugar. But I'm having a hard time pulling this stupid story up, and I need to show the photo. Let me see if I can get it on here before. I have to stop the screen share and then do it again. Sorry about that. Let me do this again so I can pop up this screen. Here we are. So we have those 99 Pabst family packs. Milwaukee will get them too eventually and for free. So you can see this guy here with a 99 pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon. Why bring a 6-pack when you can bring the whole party? About this time of year, for the past few years, Pabst Brewing has released a 7-foot-long case of PBR that holds 99 cans of brew. It's called the Pabst Blue Ribbon Family Pack. The catch, it's never been available in Milwaukee. Good news, Milwaukee, this year, we're not only getting Pabst Blue Ribbon 99, it will be free. The bad news is that it isn't here yet. The packs will be free, but you'll have to win them, which is probably a better deal than they get in Minnesota. So it looks like the packs will be priced at $60 for a pack. Would you be willing to pay $60 for 99 cans of beer on the wall?
Yes, I would. Shout out to Andrew. Sorry.
Yeah, Minnesota. Yeah,
exactly. Why would you not be willing to pay $60 for 99 cans of beer?
What's the math on that?
Because I would rather pay $12 for 1 can of beer.
Nice.
Yeah, why pay $60 for 99 when you could easily pay $12 for 1 can?
Well, what's
right?
the math on that, Joe?
Yeah, what is the math? Let me see here.
What are we paying per can here?
Yeah, let's
Gotta
see.
be something cool.
It's got to be. So let's see. We've got 60 and divided by 99, which will equal, it's 60 cents a can.
Yeah. Yeah, we're buying that.
So 60 cents a can times 6 would give you $3.60 a 6-pack.
Thank you.
That's about what Pabst is worth.
That's about what it's worth, but what does it actually cost you a 6-pack?
Right. Six like $6.50 or $5. Let's call it $6.
Yeah.
For a 6-pack of 16-ounce cans.
Yeah, it's double the price virtually, almost. Just shy of double the price. So this almost 100-pack. I wonder why they didn't make it an even 100-pack. Probably because it's 99 cans of beer on the wall.
I was going to say you couldn't sing the song if you bought the pack and started singing.
So it's a 7-foot-long. How many people can haul home a 7-foot-long case of beer? Now, if you're coach, would you tell said girlfriend, "Hey, honey, I'm gonna go out and get a case of beer. You mind if I get a case of beer?" It is a case.
I drive a Altima, so I would find a way to get in there.
Now, see, get out the passenger side window and put hang a white flag off it.
Yeah, now you could strap it to the roof. Why not strap it to the roof like everyone else in Idaho? Hello?
No, I was gonna say we're not in California. That's why.
But when you're here in Arizona, you wouldn't even have to strap it to your roof. You could hold it with one hand because that's what they do here.
Bro, when I was in Phoenix this last time and the greater Phoenix area, I cannot believe the growth from 20 years ago even. That place has grown so much. I was in Peoria in 1998 for about half a year. That place looks completely different.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
That whole area has grown.
Even in the 5 years since I've lived here, literally month by month, I drive it for a living. I drive the whole metro area for a living.
Right.
And literally, if I don't go to a particular area in a month and I go and I end up there inevitably, it will be not completely different, but different. It's insane. The growth here is that quick.
As you know, I was there for 3 months between San Diego and Arizona, and I didn't recognize. I mean, I didn't even fly into Sky Harbor. I flew into Mesa.
Yep.
And Mesa's even bigger than it was back then. I was like, what? It's almost like Phoenix just popped out and everything else just got sucked in.
3 years in a row, it's the fastest growing metro area in the country.
Yeah.
In the 5 years that I've lived here, it's gone from the 6th largest metro area in the country to the 5th.
Right. And you know, it's funny. Somebody said, hey, we have traffic here in Phoenix. I said, you don't know what traffic is. This last time I was there, I said, holy cow, there is traffic here. I mean, there was significant traffic.
It's bad. Yeah, I drive it every day. We have Dane Pacheco in here, man. What's up, Joe? Hey, good to see you, Dane. We haven't seen Dane in here, I don't think, in a couple of weeks, maybe. Good to see you, brother. But yeah, it is Phoenix is no joke, but boy, I'm telling you, I am enjoying the hell out of this Three Philosophers. If it's still available, this wine barrel aged variant, oh man, this is
I thought you were talking about us three. Sorry.
Right?
Easy to mistake, Coach. Easy to mistake.
Very easy to mistake. Yeah.
With my wood paneling back here. Sorry about that.
Or did you mean the Three Stooges?
Yeah, Three Stooges. Yeah.
Yeah, the Three Stooges. Yeah. It's so. Let me get to. We also. Oh, you know what? Also, I wanted to talk about something that started this week. And it is something big. It's not music related, but it is a consumable, media related. I am a big cord cutter. I am a huge cord cutter. I am what I consider, like, if you're gonna separate all the meat, all the diet categories by like vegan and vegetarian and I don't know all the categories, but I would be that vegan of the cord cutters. I am an extreme cord cutter, in other words. I literally I have my antenna here that is off camera that you typically can't see, but it is right on this same white table here. I have over-the-air antenna. That is my live TV. That's how I watch football. And I also have a few streaming services. So I have Netflix. I have, what else do I pay for? I pay for Hulu. And now I pay for this new service called Disney Plus that just started this week. Bum, are you a Disney Plus subscriber?
Ha! Ha! Now, is Disney Plus the service that I heard about that can potentially give you access to all the old vintage stuff from the Disney library going back to the 60s, 50s, 40s? Is that Disney Plus?
They're slowly catching it up, and I think by the end of first quarter next year, they're going to have no charge. They're going to have the majority of their catalog.
Okay, because I heard something about that, and I'll tell you what, as you know, Joe, I'm a vintage animation fan. However, within my interest of animation, I'm not majorly into Disney stuff. However, I recognize its historical significance. And if they're going to show all the old vintage Disney animation, I might be jumping on board. We'll see.
What I'm not a Disney guy. I mean, not fanatic. I have people close to me that are, and they signed up literally the second you were able to sign up online. I'm not that hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
I went about it because there's a trifecta, if you will. There's a package that you can get. I'm already a Hulu subscriber now. I pay through Apple, through the Apple app. I pay $11.99 a month for Hulu. I have paid that for a long time because I also cannot stand commercials. So I pay for Hulu commercial free. What Disney Plus was offering is, and they still are, is a package for Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, which I cannot emphasize enough is the most cutback, dry, cutback form of ESPN you can ever have, right? But it is still a variant of ESPN. And they are offering Hulu. So if you're already a Hulu subscriber, they're offering, okay, we're going to give you a credit for your Hulu and you'll get a discount on this total package. Well, the total package for the 3 services was supposed to be, I think $12, $12.99. I'm already paying $11.99, so it should have cost me $1 more. Initially, when I signed up, they charged me $1. Ha! 2 days later, I got a bill and an email that let me know that they were only giving me a $6 credit for my Hulu subscription with no commercials. And they were charging me $7.49 with taxes and all the other fees for the remaining portion of the service, which was really Disney Plus and Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. So I'm basically paying an extra $7 a month for Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. So you've already paid for this stuff, and you know how these subscription services work. They're 30 days at a whack. So even if I canceled it, I'm still in for 30 days. So I'm like, all right. And I didn't sign up for the free trial. I probably should have, but I didn't see a free trial offer for that package, for that 3-plan package. The Disney Plus portion of that service has been getting better. Like any startup service, it starts off slow and it's going to build up. It's going to get better. It's not quite offering the resolution it's said it was going to offer. It's not quite offering the audio resolution it said it was going to offer, but it's getting there. You know what I'm saying? It's working on it. The catalog they have on there, I'm already an animated fan. I grew up an animation fan. I already love Disney shorts. I am one of those guys that loves shorts. Shorts meaning short animated films. There's animation studios that just make short clips, and I have been a huge fan of animated shorts. I have a whole channel. I subscribe to a few channels on YouTube just of animated shorts. So I love animated shorts, and of course Disney. Who's better than Disney and animated shorts? I mean, next to nobody. So I have already fallen in love with that part of Disney.
Yeah, that would make me subscribe to it.
They have all those Disney shorts on there, and it is pretty damn good. The audio on there from a person that I have a full surround sound area of I can enjoy that whole home theater part of it, and it is incredible. I mean, I love Pixar. I have been a huge Pixar fan for a long time because I like animation. I like sound effects. You know what I'm saying? And that part of it is great, man. It really is. What do you think about it, Coach?
Well, I apologize. I broke a mirror. It's 7 years of bad luck. But
Oh.
in regards to Disney Plus, so I might have missed this part, but if you have Verizon, you get it free right now.
Oh yes, there is that part. Yeah, my daughter.
Right.
Talked
And I have Verizon, so but my understanding is otherwise if you don't have it, you can sign up for it for $6.99 a month. Yeah. And we just got it through our we just bought a 65-inch TV a couple days ago. And I'm
Perfect.
absolutely-
By the way, perfect time to buy a TV because you're leading into Black Friday. And by the way, a lot of Black Friday sales are web sales. So you can get on there now, get that Black Friday deal. It's really a Black Friday month. You can get on there, get that Black Friday deal, have it sent to you instead of having to go to Walmart and get stuck in the crowds. Yeah, sorry about that, Coach, but I just wanted to put that out there.
No, you're right. We got a 65-inch Sony. It's got like that, I want to say like a dual processor or something like that. Quad or I don't know. This thing is crazy though. Anyway, we got Disney Plus. It loads really fast. It's looks really good on the 4K Ultra, and the Verizon thing is just a plus. And then we got the TV. The selling point was we get a 50-month warranty with it for free. So, and I shopped around and I looked at other places, and the TV we got for the same price, but we got a 50-month warranty, so you can't beat that.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds good. So what do you think about the way that Disney Plus streams? How does it work for you? When you start watching a show, can you get right back to it? Does it have a you were watching this sort of cue and you can go right to, so if you had to stop the program, can you get back to that program? What do you think about Disney Plus?
So far, I like it. I know with Netflix, when I stop a show, I can go right back to it. I haven't done that yet with Disney Plus. The cool thing with Disney Plus is they have every single movie, and I think I heard you say this, that they've made, and it's all on there. And there's a Yahoo article showing that Disney Plus or Disney had to issue an apology because some of the older shows have some not so sensitive references in their cartoons. So, but I like it. I think it's a good deal.
Yeah. The one thing that is not on Disney Plus is Song of the South for obvious reasons.
Obvious
Right.
reasons. Yeah.
Right.
It's I kind of was trying to tease you into that, Coach, but my big complaint with Disney Plus, and it's still an issue with Disney Plus even now. You might not have noticed it. Immediately, one thing, I've been doing this long enough. I've been a cord cutter now for 5 years, so I do this right away. It's one of the first things I'll do. I'll watch something for 2 minutes because that seems to be most streaming services' little cutoff. I'll watch something for 2 minutes. I'll stop it. I'll pull all the way out of the app, and I want to see if I can get right back to that show. You still can't do that with Disney Plus. The thing that Disney Plus will do, though, is if you find that show, they don't have a queue where it shows you like in Netflix, this is what you were watching or whatever they want to call it. They don't have that queue just yet. They will. I'm sure they will. But they don't have it just yet. As of literally a few hours before we started the show, I was watching it that recent. But what at least you can find that show or that movie or whatever program you were watching on Disney Plus, and it'll resume where you left off. So it will do that part, but they don't have that set queue
Right.
where you go to what you were watching and pick right up, just immediately. What helps a lot though is whatever most platforms that whatever you're watching, meaning I watch mostly predominantly on either an Apple TV or an Amazon Fire device, okay? Whether it be an Amazon Fire Cube or an Amazon Fire TV 4K TV streaming stick, whatever, blah blah blah. That is the most ridiculous name for a device ever. But whatever Amazon device it is for video, and I have Apple devices. I don't have Roku's, but Roku also has the same stuff. So, but you can get Apple. You can get the Apple TV app, not Apple TV Plus, but the Apple TV app. You give it permission, and the Apple TV app will manage your streaming content for you, which for the Disney Plus service that don't have that queue yet, you can go to your Apple TV app, which is managing Disney Plus for you, and it will show you that queue. And you can go right to that program where it left off. Hey, how you doing, man? How you doing, brother? What's up?
So hi, Kate.
How you doing, girl? What you doing?
She's being shy. So we have Disney Plus pulled up for her. What do you want to say, Caves?
We got Ariel on there.
What's your favorite show? Tell me, what's your favorite show?
What's your favorite show?
All of them.
What?
All of them.
All of them?
All of them. Nice. That is awesome. How old are you?
Caves, come here. So she's almost 2, and Cabri's she just turned 5.
5.
So-
That's valuable, man. You know what I'm saying? Now now also one thing that happened this week, and Bum knows this, but maybe you don't, Coach, is I had to make the difficult decision on selecting who can view this content. I had to select if kids can watch this content. I pretty much selected the master overall decision, like I'd never produce video that kids can watch. Meaning, I think it means any kid under 16, I think, or under 14 is the cutoff for what they define as a kid.
Mhm.
But it's something that, YouTube settled in a legal settlement with the government. And so everybody that makes content now on YouTube has to define if their content is watchable by children.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know what, Joe? Havana commented tonight. How'd he get through? No.
Well, it's not right.
Good
Yeah.
point, Bum. Good point.
Good point. Yeah. Good. Yeah. And I actually, as I was clicking, our content is not children friendly. I had him in mind. Actually, it was funny.
No,
But-
he's 18.
I think they define it by 14. I want to say is the cutoff.
Mm.
It's either 14 or 16. And so that's why I made that decision to just. I could have made it per video, but I was like, this is kind of ridiculous. Really, none of our content is safe for any kid under 14 or 16. So, what am I doing here?
Although I
Right.
do remember a time when it was pre-malt liquor.
Well, yeah, well, I mean,
It was family friendly at one point.
yeah, it's
Well,
arguably still family friendly ish. But do I really want to do that for every video? I think
Yeah.
it's just better. If the cutoff is 14 or 16, do I really think that the content that I make on this show, would you say, Bum, the content that I make overall on this show is friendly to kids under 16?
It would be of no interest to kids under 16.
right. Well, you would think.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we have had on the show live kids under 16 on their own. We have had 11-year-olds and we have had 12 and 13-year-olds on the show as regular guests, mind you.
Whatever. Yes, there was that kid that was like a rapper that would come on by himself. Whatever happened to that guy?
I don't know, but we do have these kids that do pop up, and so with that, it was a tough decision. But with that in mind, Google did settle with the government, for Christ's sake, and so
I'm taking
like everyone's going to have to make a decision on their content that they upload. You know what I'm saying? So it's a sensitive subject, but it is one that since we were on the Disney Plus and you did have children with you present, it was like, well, let me bring this up. I mean, why not, right? Like, kind of seems relevant right now since you have kids around. Now we have had the kids that tune in by themselves have had parents that have watched the show and said, this is okay for you to watch.
Right.
And so they have authorized their kids to watch our show. And I am extremely honored by that. I take a lot of pride in that, actually. And so I try my damnedest to not say too many curse words or, kind of watch what I say. Now, as for guests or other people, that's something that, but
if you go back, Joe, and watch the show for the longest time, I mean, for years, nobody swore. Somebody even pointed that out to me one time who went and watched a bunch of the old shows. And they were like, you guys never swear. The only time there was any swearing was when Zach was on.
Yeah. Zach. Yeah. The
ironic thing is all the girls just left. They all just left. So they did. They really just left. So
we're kind of a girl repellent. Hey Joe, ever heard of Pluto TV? Pluto.tv. I absolutely have. What do you think of Pluto TV, Coach?
I don't know anything about it. I've heard of it though. Just to answer Dane Pacheco.
Okay.
Yes, I've heard of it.
What do you think, Coach? I'm sorry, Bum.
I know nothing.
Okay. I've tried Pluto TV and it's okay. Now, as long as you don't mind, I believe this is how it works. As long as you don't mind watching commercials, I think it's free. I think Pluto TV is one of those services that's free as long as you don't mind watching commercials. We have Havana in here. Howdy is what Toxic says. I'll let you go.
And then we go back into the stuff should kids be watching the show.
Right. Right.
This is Beer Show if you don't drink GTFO, right? So
I agree with Bum. Perfect. Right, Bum.
Boom. There you go. Boom. Right.
Good thing the kids left the room, Coach.
Yeah. The
Right.
kids.
Well, we have kids proving themselves already with the comments. Way to go.
Yeah.
Buddy. Good job.
Yeah.
No, I think the kids self-police themselves and they know when to leave. Actually.
Yeah, they knew Havana was going to be typing soon.
Yeah.
So.
Or whatever he's doing. That's not typing, but.
If I'm not mistaken, Pluto TV is like there's a couple of them. And I think Pluto TV is one of the free services as long as you don't mind watching commercials. They actually have a certain amount of movies, a certain amount of TV series on there, but they also cue in commercials. And so as long as you don't mind watching them, they let you know when the commercials are coming. They let you know how long they are. So you can kind of plan for those sort of things. And some people are absolutely flying with it. I think Pluto TV is well done, but it's just not for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like commercials. I have YouTube. I pay for YouTube Red. I don't get commercials. I don't get commercials on my YouTube. I don't get commercials on my Hulu. The only time I am exposed to commercials is during football season.
Those are the best commercials.
They are. It's kind of fun in that aspect because it's like, okay, I get to actually see commercials and I get to actually see what people are referencing, because otherwise you guys will reference stuff and I don't know if you noticed, but I don't have any idea what the hell you're talking about.
It's this generation. It's the millennials. They control a lot more than we think, and they have this slang on top of slang talk, and I don't understand it either, Joe.
Well, it's not for me. It's I don't watch the commercials, so even you will talk about something and reference something I don't have any idea about because I literally don't know the reference of the commercial.
I'll give you that because you and Bum did something probably I'll say a year and a half, 2 years ago. I had no clue what the hell you guys were talking
Right,
about.
right.
And you guys would both say dilly dilly. No fucking clue.
Right. Yeah.
And then I finally watched the commercial. I was like, oh, all right.
Exactly, right? Yeah.
You guys would sit there and say dilly dilly, but I sit here and laugh like a jackass, like, aha, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that sort of thing. And so I don't necessarily understand certain references. Well, like even right now, sensitive references, like the school shooting. I had someone pouring their heart out to me just yesterday about a school shooting. I didn't know anything about it because I don't watch the local news. I don't watch, you know what I'm saying? I'm not exposed to these things. It can get so bad for me, coach. Just to kind of talk one-on-one here amongst everybody. It can get so bad. Like I won't know major things. I'll eventually hear about them because everybody else watches TV or everybody else listens to the news, whatever the case may be. But I'll hear about them eventually, and it don't take long. Something may happen today. It might sometimes take me till Monday to hear about it, but I'll hear about it because
Right.
someone talked to me about it. Like the fight, for instance. I didn't watch that game. But no sooner than I woke up Friday morning and
Yeah.
and Echo, my Amazon Echo, was telling me all about it because I do get my update every morning from my Amazon Echo. I'm not going to say her name because God knows this is a worldwide show and we'll set off everyone's device, but including my own that's sitting literally off camera here. But every morning I ask her, hey, what's
Say, did anybody get their helmet ripped off last night?
Yes, that's exactly what I say, and she tells me, and boom, right? I have to take a break. I'll be right back.
Nice. Well, I don't know about you, Bum. I like positive current events, but I don't like the news per se, if that makes any sense.
Coach, I'm right with you. I like keeping up with stuff and I like the news, but I hate the way it's reported. With all the breaking news crap, it's even worse on the local level.
Well, because it's for ratings. So
I hate sensationalism.
Right.
And it's trickled down. All the people that could not be, oh geez, this is being recorded. The people that could not be legitimate journalists are on the internet now, doing stuff on Yahoo and all these other news services. Yeah, I certainly want to keep up with what's going on, but because I've been so turned off because of the way it's presented, that when Joe says, he cuts the cord, I just want to totally cut the cord. But then I've already, for decades, I read my local newspaper and I quit subscribing because I ran out of time to read it. And I feel less and less attached to what's going on in the world. And in one sense, it's like, maybe I'm better off, but I don't want to live in a cave either.
Oh, let me tell you, Bum, I feel that way. And I am glad. Like I have, as you know, from the pre-show, I talk in the pre-show about things that are happening in my personal life. There's a lot of stuff happening right now on 2 devices that are off camera that would just blow you away. But I have a lot of drama happening in my personal life that is getting my attention, right?
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, the stuff that happens in the media and all this other stuff on social media and whatever it may be, you just put it in its place. Whenever you've been a cord cutter, an extreme cord cutter, I call it, because a lot of people are cord cutters, but not an extreme cord cutter where they're cutting out the news. The news is entertainment, folks. And the
Right.
minute you put it in its place and
Yep.
you just look, if you're sick of the freaking president, don't give him any attention. I swear to
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
the
It,
president has no relevance in my life. Whatever the president does on Twitter, he can continue to do. I could give a rat's ass because you know
Right.
why? I'm not on Twitter. I don't care. Like, say whatever you want on there. I don't give a rip.
yep.
It means nothing. It's words, people. Whatever the media puts out there, I could give a flying rip.
Once
I'm
again,
not
Joe,
on there. It doesn't mean anything to me.
the three big words: fallout, outrage, and backlash. That's all
Yeah,
you hear every day on these media
What-
outlets.
What will amaze you, Bum and Coach, and anybody else watching is how, like, you'll hear about something and it'll be days later or sometimes even a week or so later, and you're like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, to me, if something's bothering you that much that they did, whether it be some movie star, some music artist, or some sports person, or even the president, like, you ain't got enough stuff happening in your own damn life, do you? Like,
Right.
what's not happening in your life, right?
Yep.
That you give a flying rip about what's happening there, right?
Means you have too much time on your hands.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. Like, what is lacking from your own life, man? Like, do something with your own life. Like, even to the malt liquor report that we do, right? We've got the chairman of all the people, right? Like, I'll give him credit, man. Like, he's making videos, he's doing something, right? We make fun of each other, whatever, right? That's all tongue in cheek, folks. In case you don't know, like, give me a break with this stuff, right? It's fun. It's fun, right? But guys like him and other cats that are on in that whole community are making videos. They're doing something, right? And maybe they're agreeing with some stuff that he whoever's doing. It's they're doing stuff, man. Like, whatever they're doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they're doing stuff that's not necessarily. I mean, now some stuff that is said is like, okay, but it's just words, folks. As long as you don't take it too personal, you kind of get a cue from me on how to take it. I hope. Right? Like, let's put this thing in perspective. Let's not take it too damn serious and take it.
I'm going to quote Joe, and regarding what you're saying, I'm going to quote that great philosopher Havana. It's just YouTube, folks. It's not real. It's not real. Yes, it is. Fuck you.
Yes, the great philosopher, and credit to you, Bum, because the first time that Bum even sniffed a scent of anything happening that was going against what we were doing here, Bum's the one that sought it out, and he was very sensitive to it. And yeah, what do you say, Coach?
No, that was my next question. So that I completely forgot, but about 15 minutes ago, you had said something about the malt liquor report. When exactly did that start? And I'm sure Bum, because he's pretty good at taking stats. You probably know the year it started.
Well, I'll let Bum explain it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think is it 3 years? Give me a week, Coach. I'll give you the exact date.
It feels like it's been, well, no, it feels like it's been longer than 3 years. Because
I'm not sure. Was it? You know what? I can narrow it down to this. You know what? It's less than 3 years because I started on the show on a regular basis early 16. and it was a year later that the Malt Liquor Report started. So 2.5 years.
That's really weird because I was watching Jody's videos where he's just like hi by himself, and then just this last year I was actually hanging out with him, and from when it started till then, it's been God 9-10 years. My ex-wife was like, "Oh, you got to finally meet your idol there, didn't you?" And I said, "Yeah, I actually did." And she's like, "That's cool," because she knew how much of a fan I was of the show, and you were on it then, Bum. But I swear the Malt Liquor Report's been around longer than that. Maybe I'm probably wrong, but
well, Coach, for when you do a thing week to week to week to week, it seems like forever.
I guess, yeah, I don't know. So
yeah, but no, I think 2.5 years.
Wow. Okay.
But I'll give me a week.
He'll get back to you on that for sure.
Yeah, I'll get back to you right down to the day and the minute.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, Joe. I don't talk to my ex-wife that much, but she said that. She goes, "Oh, you got to meet your idol, huh?"
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah. It was
now
hilarious.
that actually sounds like something an ex-wife would say.
Oh yeah. Well, I was with her for 12 years, and 8 to 9 years roughly is when I started watching his videos, and and then it just spiraled from there. So I'm just
what's funny is, like, now that me and Coach have met, what's funny is I don't speak for Coach, but just personally, it's kind of funny how maybe we don't exactly, but it's funny how much we favor each other as far as we look similar. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of funny how similar we kind of look. You could almost mistake us for relatives or something. It's kind of funny.
I too have a milk dud head, but lighter side.
Exactly. Yeah, we have the milk dud head thing going.
You're the milk dud head with white chocolate.
Yeah. Right.
With powdered sugar. Exactly. Yeah, with the powdered sugar.
Just like they have the white Kit Kats.
Was that the chairman that said that?
What?
What's that, Coach?
The milk dud.
Oh yeah, no, it
was that I think that was Jay Vega.
No. I don't know.
I think sure that was Jay Vega. They're just on a whim.
Milk dud head Joe D with the oversized headset.
That's the chairman, but I think he got that from Vega. I think that originated with Vega.
We can only hope you die in a fucking truck wreck.
Motherfucker, what a douchebag.
And that gets back to my original point, was when Bum first approached me with this stuff, he couldn't have been more sensitive. And when he seen my reaction to it, and that's kind of the key, right? Is putting things in their place, man. Like, I just don't take certain things. I have been online enough. I've been online making content since 2004, in case anybody didn't know. So by the time that Bum approaches me with something like this, I have been through a lot of stuff online, right? As a black man on YouTube and making podcasts prior to YouTube, I have been through a lot of stuff online. So by the time you get to that point,
that first video, I was actually worried. I was like, should I let Joe hear this where they call him a fat piece of shit?
Yeah, he was. He was.
Honestly, I was like, I don't know if I should let Joe hear that.
He was really sensitive, and I appreciated that about Bum. Yeah, I really do. Even now, even now, Bum will still be very sensitive to certain things, and I appreciate that about him. But he kind of by now knows how I'm going to take things.
Yeah, like that one comment from Havana the one time.
Yeah. We've been through it, and you know what?
I cannot let Joe hear that.
In all fairness to the other side, they already know how I'm going to take things, right? They already know my limits with things, right? Like, it's
and there's a flip side. Not speaking for you, Joe, but for the haters, I can tell them with confidence that you are very resilient, you're very successful, and that they can say the most hurtful things, and that just rolls off your back. That almost gives you motivation. So the more haters you have, it's almost the better, because it just pushes you to do better, and you already are doing better. So I mean, you're just a good guy that's successful, that likes good people, good friends, good food. And I, granted, we've only hung out a few times, but I think that I hit it right on the nail right there. I think I hit it right on the head. I think that that type of stuff just rolls off your back, in my opinion. So
Well, thanks.
I mean,
Coach. Appreciate it.
I don't know, am I being too like gay or intimate? I don't know, man.
A little bold, but we're okay.
I just think that
Coach, let me share something with you, Coach.
At least you're honest, man. So
Well,
then here we go. Here's to all of them.
Coach, let me tell you something. I've never discussed this publicly.
Here we go.
When I first discovered Joe and his reviews, I sent Joe an email and I said, dude, I think you are one of the funniest, most personable, greatest dudes on YouTube I've ever seen. And in case you're wondering, no, I'm not gay. Remember that email, Joe?
Yeah.
Well, I'll leave it at this. To know Joe on camera and to know him off camera, it's been one of the coolest things I have experienced. Yeah. And now people can call it gay, whatever, but I'm telling you, the guy is just a good dude, and I respect him, and I even look up to you, Joe. So we'll just leave it there. But yeah, yeah, for sure. So
thank you, absolutely, thank you, man. What can I say after that, man? I mean, look, I just, when it comes to this sort of thing that we were talking about initially, I do try to set, a precedent for like how this sort of thing should be framed, right? Let's not get too excited about every single thing that everybody says about us. Like, if you almost embrace it, these people could almost be virtual friends of yours, for Christ's sake. And they probably are. You know what I'm saying? Like, people lash out at you. And it's sometimes, not always, but sometimes, depending on how you handle it, can either fuse or defuse a situation, right? And that's just kind of life lessons, right? So initially when Bum came to me with this sort of thing, and Bum's the one that brought it to light. Bum's the one that brought it to light. So, Bum deserved to have this whole segment. I just kind of let him do his thing. I mean, the segment is what it is because of Bum. He's the one.
But it's very popular. Sorry to interrupt. It's very popular, and it's a thing. It's a very good thing.
Oh, it is. We talk about it. Yeah, no, it's a thing.
Oh, man.
He's very aware. It's a thing. Yeah, and it leads the show. It's the number one segment on the show. And I love that he takes charge of it. He literally owns it. He owns it. And that's what let's make no mistake about it. Bum owns that segment. He owns it. He just owns up to it. And you know what? Yeah, I'll take it on. And he just loves looking into certain things about the malt liquor community. He's brought in a character, which adds more character to that segment. Since we originally started the segment, it's his deal. Let him do what he does.
Well, really, I'm going to remind you, I'm out of here any month now. You just, take over the world. Not
Exactly.
here, Joe, any week now. I'm just on a week-to-week basis with you from now on.
Exactly. He's the Simpsons of this Tracy Ullman show right here, man.
Right,
Give me a
right.
break.
I love
Like,
that.
you know what I'm saying? We're just
People-
hanging on right now. What are you kidding me?
And Havana's like, what does that mean? What's going on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Havana's like, what's the Simpsons?
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Who the hell is
know?
Tracy Ullman?
right.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know if Billy D's an extension of Bum or vice versa, but it just works. This whole thing works perfect.
Oh, it's absolutely Bum's thing.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
love it.
Mhm. Yeah, it
And
became.
the MLDC loves it because if they didn't, they wouldn't speak of it
Well,
as often as they do.
Well, but Billy D is the character that has crossed over. He's the only part of the show that has crossed over to the other side and successfully with a little wound. He came back with some wound, but he's the only one that's crossed over.
when Paul F kidnapped him.
Yeah.
But I will say, Joe early on said to himself, you know what? Bum really can't accurately describe the beers he's drinking, so let's give him something else to do.
Yeah.
Bum can do the malt liquor report.
Yeah, it's just great. Everything comes together. You know what I'm saying? And it's just great. And you know what? I think the key to it, actually, this is the key, is that and actually Tremendous Sax says it right here. Joe D has the best laugh in the world. Now,
Yeah.
that's a statement in and of itself, right? I know this. A lot of people, I get told this about my laugh everywhere I go, right? It's just the thing. But what even Tremendous Sax don't realize about it is that you have to be able to laugh at yourself most of all, right? If you can get a grasp on, I feel like one of the things that makes you more personable is being able to see yourself through others. If you have that one skill, you can get through a lot of stuff when it comes to dealing with other people because you know how you come across to other people.
Yeah.
Right? You're at least aware. Maybe not of every situation, but you're at least aware of how you come across. I am aware of my laugh. So when I hear people talk about my laugh, I'm like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I think we meet coming back to my bigger point earlier in the show, we kind of join up with like-minded people. And as long as people that are like Bum and like Coach and like Mark, we can laugh at ourselves. As long as you can laugh at yourself and not take yourself too seriously, when you think about over the characters over the course of time that have jumped on and jumped off and you never see them again, it's typically the cats that have a hard time laughing at themselves. Right?
Right.
Yeah, you know what? I never thought of that. Very good, Joe.
But it's a simple thing, but it's a skill. It is. It's a skill. You have to be able to laugh and not take yourself too damn serious.
Oh, I make fun of myself more than anybody.
Right?
Oh,
But
I do too at my job. Oh, all day long.
yeah,
Oh, you have to.
right.
It's the one thing that ties us all together.
Yeah.
Even the malt liquor community.
Yeah.
The malt liquor community makes fun of itself all day long. And it's the thing that ties us all together. It's the one thing we all have in common. We can laugh about ourselves, man.
Well,
And we
shout
don't
out to
take ourselves.
Cinderson.
Yeah. Hey, Cinderson right now is doing some serious pinky up stuff with the other half there, Pam, who's a major part of this show. I can't express that enough.
Yeah.
She is always off camera just a little bit, pulling the shoestrings, baby. Like she's got the Peterson shoestrings.
No, not the shoestrings, not the puppet strings, the shoestrings.
Yeah. She's controlling things. Yeah. Pam is awesome. Awesome. I can't.
Mark, as you guys have said, Mark is totally self-deprecating sense of humor.
Yeah.
Fits right.
Absolutely. He's typically the smartest cat in the room.
Yeah.
And he's not going to let you know.
Yeah.
He really
Yeah.
is. He's willing to come down to your level and make you feel at home. That they both are. They're incredibly intelligent people, and they dumb themselves down to our level regularly. You know what I'm saying? Which is exactly. Yeah, you're like, Joe, that hurt a little bit, man.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Is that one of those backhanded compliment things that people
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
man.
but Mark's awesome, man. I tell you, man, that is my brother for sure, man, from another mother, because I love the guy. I willingly admit that to everybody multiple times. Bum and Mark, that actually they're both named Mark, so it makes it difficult. You catch me sometimes calling them Mark and Mark, but love those guys, man. They're absolutely essential to who I am on this show and who this show is. Actually, I confide in them regularly. Thank you guys publicly, absolutely.
No, man, thank you, Bum. Malt Liquor Report's getting huge, and I was showing this live feed to my girlfriend earlier, and I was like a dork, geeking out. I sat on that couch behind him.
Yeah, he's been right here, man. He's used the same restroom that I just went over there to use a little while ago when I took a break.
Yeah.
Now, when Mark's not here, he usually misses a train wreck. I mean, he's missing a love fest tonight.
Yeah, and that's kind of in itself its own train wreck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought of that. Very, very
It's
well.
gonna end bad anyway, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of not really that great. Tremendous says, no charge. Joe D, best laugh in the world. If you told me the worst news in the world, but followed it up with a Jody laugh, I'd be cool with it.
Man. I love this guy. Who's this guy? Tremendous Sax.
He's actually, Bum, how long has he been on the comments?
Yeah, he's been around for a while. Yeah.
He's been around for a while. He doesn't pop in every show.
Yeah.
He's probably one of those. He's probably one of those that watches. He don't necessarily comment on every show, but he's around, I'm sure.
I love him.
Big facts about South Laughter. Ishmael,
join the show.
I'm getting ready to drink a Sierra Nevada Norwalk.
Yeah, I haven't seen any this year yet.
Fantastic.
Ooh, that's a barley wine.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll put out a link.
Imperial
one
Stout.
more time. We are running really long on this show. So, there was an error in Facebook. If anybody wants to jump in, you're more than welcome to. We don't have long on here. I'm going to warn you because I'm going to be getting off here any second. But I just give someone a chance to jump in if you've been watching and you kind of always wanted to. I'm going to play a rant that we very rarely get to. And he hasn't been on here in a while. So I feel like there's two rants I want to run back to back.
What about that southern fucking piece of trash farm? Yeah, wishing death on me, asshole. Fuck you, you southern piece of shit. God, always hooting and hollering. Those southern folk always gotta be loud. Turn your fucking volume down on your webcam, asshole. South lost the Civil War. North won. I hope you fucking die in the next 5 years, asshole. Sprinkle me, liquor.
Yeah, we haven't seen Farm Boy and Farm Girl for a couple months now.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen them on here, and hopefully they're not dead, but they are fantastic. I absolutely love the entertainment value is insane when they're on here.
Oh yeah,
and,
a lot of entertainment value.
A lot of energy, and also someone that is just as loud.
Old fat piece of shit, Andrew. Yeah, putting in all those hours of work, asshole, are you?
No, Andrew's not loud.
Still running on a fucking Dell computer desktop, probably from the 90s. You barely see your fat ass on the Share Beer Show. I think he fucking bitched about paying $15 for a vintage fucking can in Pittsburgh.
Actually, you know what? And that's kind of funny he mentioned that because Bum just paid almost that kind of money for it.
Yeah, mine wasn't vintage though.
Yeah. That's kind of funny that he mentions that in that rant because Bum just paid that. Almost.
Right, Schultz bite.
And he's wearing a dirty white tee.
Hi, pretty girl.
It barely fit in. Probably got holes in it.
Hi, pretty girl.
And a bum ass headset. Fuck you, Andrew. Minnesota's a fucking shithole.
Minnesota's a shithole. I love it.
And you're just a fat piece of shit. Fuck you.
A fat but very tall piece of right there.
Yeah, how tall?
But you know what?
6'8", 6'7",
6'8", yes.
Yeah.
6'8". Yeah. So I dare the chairman say it to his face.
Well, that's what Andrew always says. Yeah, Andrew always says, yeah. He wouldn't tell me that to my face. Yeah, Andrew's a big... Andrew, you know what? He's 6'8", and he's not a small 6'8". Andrew is a very big 6'8". You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, he's not skinny 6'8". Yeah. He was texting me about 2 nights ago, and I'm like, damn, man, he's probably got to be about 300 pounds.
Yeah, he is a very big guy. Yeah, he is a big
boy.
Big, yeah. You're not going to meet up with Andrew and be like, holy, you're not, he is just, I picture him as just a guy that could be in Game of Thrones type 6'8". You know what I'm saying?
He's a big boy. Andrew's a big boy. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And the only reason he's not present now is because of work, and God bless him. You know what I'm saying? Andrew is a very hardworking guy, and God bless him, man. You know, we've got Tremendous on here. Love the show. I've been watching the channel since you first posted a review of Young's Double Chocolate Stout.
Whoa,
that's how far back he goes.
10. Well, that's going to be 10 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that was one of my first reviews. My first review, I believe, was Guinness.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't, then it was that one. It was one of them.
You gotta do it, Joe. You gotta do it.
What's that?
Hi.
Why?
Yeah. Oh man, that's badass.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And you know what? I don't know where that came from. I really don't. It just kind of like,
but
I don't know.
That's good. You don't know where it came from because that makes it original. There's nothing worse than something that's contrived.
Yeah, I really don't. It just like I knew I had to start with something, and I don't know. Like Tremendous says right here. Oh my God, yes.
See?
Yeah, it's. I don't know where it came from. I really don't.
You didn't get 8,000 followers for nothing, man.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from. I really don't. You know what's funny is I used to have way more than that. Like it's dropped down to 8,000.
Right.
Which is consequently led to me not being a partner no more and all kinds of other junk that's happened. But I never asked for it in the first place. So I never really, like, even when I was upwards of 11 or 12,000 followers, I never really And that was in the days when it really meant something. Like YouTube used to really pay attention to followers. Now they don't. They pay more attention to how many views, and I don't get the views that I used to get. But that's okay too. I've never have been in this for that. I've been in this for more of this. You know,
Quality over quantity.
is this quality? That's kind of the question. Like, is this really quality? I'm not sure.
Where else can you get the malt liquor report? Nowhere else.
But yeah, you're not getting another malt liquor.
I've thought about that. I was like, nowhere else on YouTube.
Where else do you have a coach?
Oh, but you know what? Wait, stop there, because we got to give a plug to Rod J.
Yes.
Because if I don't give a plug to Rod J, he's going to get on here and harass me, for Christ's sake. You know,
I love Rod J.
The worst thing ever is to get a harassment from Rod J. Rod J will get on here and, oh, Joe D, you don't watch my show. You don't get on my show. You don't. Blah, blah, blah.
No.
Please make sure you check out Rod J's reviews. Please.
I do. He's been popping up the last 5 nights in a row drinking beer.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I
He really is.
commented-
You know what?
I love him, but he started on your show, and he's gotten bigger. So why doesn't he come back to the show and say, hey, once in a while? So it's back on the ball's in his court, Jody. Sorry.
He's making alliances. He's got a chick that he's aligned with now, and they do videos, and I'm aware of stuff that he's doing, mostly because he posts on Instagram, and I keep up with Instagram quite a bit. But I just don't get a chance to watch live streams during the week. I am just, like I say, at 12 to 14 hours a day, 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? That's real, folks. You know what I'm saying? I literally work those kind of hours. 12, 14 hours, 5 days a week. And then when I'm not doing that, I'll get on here on Saturday for 2 hours and 31 minutes and 29 seconds and be posting videos and counting, and sometimes on Sunday. So you know what I'm saying?
The coffee show is great. Keep it up. I love it.
I know. I love doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, I watched that illegally at work.
Oh, do you really?
I love when bums like illegally, because I understand that.
Yeah, because he's working. Yeah, Bum's working. No, that's great. Yeah, that kind of spins the wheel. And especially when the Rams are playing a night game like Sunday night, then it kind of, if the Rams are playing, for anybody that don't know, that's a Rams blanket back there, folks. I am a diehard Rams fan. You would not believe the stuff that I have missed because the Rams are playing or doing something, or you would actually, sometimes you might be mad at me because you're like, you got to be kidding me. You missed that because the Rams were doing that. And I'm like, yeah, duh. I am that kind of Rams fan. Yeah.
And Joe, forgive me.
Oh, look at this pretty thing on here. How you doing?
Say hi. Hi. Say hi, Joe.
What's your name?
Say Lainey.
Hi, Lainey.
Say hi, Bum.
Lainey.
Hi, Mama.
No, hi, Bum.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, Mama.
Say
And
hi, Bum.
Papa.
Say hi, Joe. Okay, say hi, Bum.
Hi, Mama.
Bum.
Close enough. Hi, Lainey.
Say bye.
Bye.
Bye, Lainey.
Well, thank you. Bye.
Say
Good
bye.
seeing you, Lainey.
Say bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you for saying hi. That's incredible. Thank you, man. I absolutely love kids, man. You know what I'm saying? How do you not have a soft spot for kids? They're just so gorgeous, aren't
One
they?
more time. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye!
Say it again. Say bye-bye. Say bye, Bomb. Bye, Joe. Okay.
That's awesome, man. Absolutely. I know I can tend to scare kids too, but I just have too much like enthusiasm, and then I'll be like, bye! Oh my god, they start crying. Who's this big ass dude like yelling at me, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey man, I didn't mean to. Sorry. And sometimes it's too late, and the kids just start bawling. Oh, But yeah, they're precious, man. Kids are just so precious, and we don't know what memory they're going to hold on to. We just don't. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the smallest little memory that you don't even think about is something. I mean, think about your own life. It's some small thing that someone did. In hindsight, you could think, no, that was such a small thing they didn't even think about. And it's something that stuck with you your whole life, right? That someone did that was important to you in your life, and they probably didn't even realize they were that important to you. You know what I'm saying?
Happens all the time.
Mm-hmm. Even now, right? Like even now, as an adult, it can happen, right? You're like,
Oh, yeah.
Someone says something that just resonates with you, And
Last memory I remember, as a child, I woke up in my uncle's house, Jody, and I was taking a piss, and I was like, holy shit, there he is in the flesh. And now I've graduated to man-child.
Hey, Bum, is there not more a perfect place to exit out of this show than that?
Yeah, that's the perfect segue to a goodbye.
Yeah, that's pretty much goodbye at that point, right? Hey, thank you guys. Thank you to Coach Bum. Thank you for staying up as long as you did, Bum. I appreciate it.
No problem.
And Mark,
greatest.
Nothing dramatic, I don't think, happened on this show.
No, it was a love fest.
We you know what? Actually, that is the drama that happened on the show. It turned into we actually got love from Havana on this show.
And in the recording, we got love from Shady Malt Shadows. Yeah.
I mean, there was just too much love on this show.
Yeah.
I'm already subscribed to Havana, so I'll subscribe to Havana.
Which is actually, that's kind of shocking in and of itself, right? Like, it's like,
don't worry, that'll change soon enough.
Yeah, it'll change. Yeah, my coaches. Okay, guys, thank you very much, man. We'll see you next week. Peace out, man.
See you guys next week.